give a motherfuck. Ain't my whole body, I don't give a motherfuck. Ain't my whole body, I don't give a motherfuck. Ain't my whole body, ain't my whole body.
Welcome back to Cosmopolitan Anonymous. I am your favorite girl, BOUGIEVYNTAGE, and today's video is the long-awaited tattoo / piercing video. You guys want to know what tattoos and piercings I have, so I am here to show you. Okay, I am actually going to start with piercings just to get them out of the way because I used to have many, but now I only have a couple. So, obviously I have my ears pierced, but I have my first and second hole. My first hole I got when I was 10. Oh, bitch. How am I gonna do a piercing video and not even have earrings in? Come on now, girl. P.S. My highlight is on fleek. Yes, my first piercing I got when I was 10 years old. It was my ears. And what is this? What is this? I got it when I was 10, and then my second hole I probably got around 16 or 17, and I had actually pierced it myself. Yeah, crazy. But I took out the earrings that I had in, let it close, and then I went to go get it professionally done with the gun. I used to wear an earring in there a lot, but I don't anymore. I hardly ever use my second hole, so it was a waste of a piercing. I used to have this little spot up here on the top of my ear. I used to have right here pierced. I don't even know what that is, but I did it myself. Don't ask. I've never had any cartilage piercings except for my tragus, which was on this side. I would still have it because that was one of my favorite piercings. You can probably see the bump, I don't know. There was like a little, you could probably see the scar from it, but I had gotten that job as a flight attendant, and a part of the job you can't have piercings and stuff, and so I wasn't ready to take out my nose ring. But because I was considering actually taking the job seriously, I took out my tragus piercing, only to not even make it out of fucking training. I will tell you guys that story another day. But yeah, I took out my tragus piercing, it closed, and tragus hurt a lot, so I have no intention on getting it pierced again. I can handle tattoo pain a lot more than I can getting pierced, so I won't pierce my tragus again. But I actually really did love my tragus, and I miss it a lot. Rest in peace, Mr. Tragus. What else have I had done? So as you know, I have both of my nose rings on this side. I got the low one first when I was 16, and then I got the higher one when I was 18. And on this side, you guys see me wearing a hoop nose ring a lot. That is fake. It is not a real nose ring. It's fake. So I don't have a pierced nose on this side simply because my nose already has a lot going. Like I feel like I have two on this side. Like I just feel like it's too much to commit to a third piercing on my nose. Just like when I wanted to get my septum a long time ago, and then everybody started getting it, so I decided to not go ahead and be like everybody else. So I decided to go against it and not get the septum piercing. I don't really have a desire for it anymore either, so that's good. So, another piercing that I've had, which I don't have anymore, is right here, close beside my mole. I had my lip pierced. I did it myself. And I also had my web piercing underneath the tongue. I did that myself as well. Am I crazy or what? So, this transfer of the lipstick thing, bitch, I can't. Yeah, I had my web pierced, and I had a little cute little bar through it, one that you would like put in your tragus. I had that in there. And my lip piercing I took out, the web piercing I took out, and I had my belly button pierced, which I don't think I'm going to show you guys because my belly button, I pierced it and it rejected, my body rejected the piercing. And so once it healed, I went to go get it pierced again, and it rejected it again. And I was like, okay, obviously maybe third time's a charm, but like it's not that deep for me to have a belly button ring. But now I kind of want to get one just because the scar that it left is so ugly, and I want to have something to cover it up, but I don't. So maybe I'm probably not gonna show you guys my belly button because it's fucking ugly. So yeah, we're gonna pretend like I didn't get my belly button pierced. And I also had both of my nipples pierced. However, one of the nipples, the girl must have pierced the entrance wound and the exit wound on, I believe, the left boob was too far apart, and the balls from the jewelry started sinking into my skin and creating these humongous like gashes basically, and the jewelry was starting to disappear into my skin. So I like one day I was just like bitch, and I unscrewed it and I took it out and I left it out and let it close, and I was going to actually get it re-pierced. I did get it re-pierced. What happened? I don't know why I took it out. I got my boob re-pierced. Re-piercing it hurt more than fucking piercing it the first time. It was insane. And when I got my nipples pierced, I actually pierced them both on the same day. So I got the right one done, and then my adrenaline was rushing. Then when they put the needle in the second boob, it really, really hurt even more. Oh God. But I really liked my nipple rings. Like, they were super cute. And yeah, those are gone as well. So as of right now, the only piercings I have left are the 2 on each side of my ears and my 2 in my nose. Those are all the piercings I have at this moment, and I will not be getting any more piercings as far as I'm concerned. I don't really care for piercings. Piercings are probably the better route to go if you're trying to decide between, do I want a tattoo or a piercing? Piercings are the better route to go just because if you take it out, it'll close and it'll heal, whereas if you get a tattoo, it's permanent, it's there for life, unless you have the money to remove it or get it covered or blah blah blah. So that being said, those are all my piercings. Now let's move on to tattoos. I have a total of, hold on, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have 8 tattoos total. 8 is actually my favorite number. So I don't know if I'll be getting any more tattoos. I think 8 is pretty much a lot. And yeah, I don't think I need any more tattoos, but you know, sometimes I come up with things and I just want to get them tattooed. I think a lot of people think or consider tattoos, and I think it's really super duper important to know what you want, why you want it, and not to just get a tattoo to get a tattoo. So 90%, not even 90, 99% of my tattoos have a meaning behind them, and I just, yeah, I'll explain what everything means, of course, as I'm as I'm showing you guys my tattoos, and I will show you them in the order that I got them. So let's begin. So my first tattoo is the one on my arm. Anyway, it says, to feel every breath is to breathe. To feel every breath. I don't even know what my own tattoo says, and I made it up. The fuck? It says, to feel every stroke is to breathe every breath. Now, when people ask me what that says, like if my arm's just down and they see it and they ask me, and I tell them what it says, automatically, because people are weird, they just automatically think it's a sexual thing. But why would I ever have something sexual tattooed on me? No. If you know me, then you know that art is my baby, art is my love, art is the reason I do makeup, art is my everything. And this was actually something I came up with. This quote is my own quote. I didn't Google a quote to get tattooed or anything like that. I came up with this when I was 18 years old. I was high as fuck. I was smoking. I had lit my bong or whatever, and a lot of times when I would smoke, I would get high and then I would just zone out and just do my own thing. So I was in my bedroom, I had just smoked my bong, I was drawing in my art book, and I've always been infatuated by tattoos, and I've always loved tattoos. And obviously in my house, tattoos are, well, my mom does not have any tattoos. My father obviously did not have any tattoos. But for some reason, because I loved art, I always just loved the look of tattoos. Like, I grew up watching freaking Inked. is that what the show was called? Miami Ink or LA Ink, whatever the fuck. I love Kat Von D. Like, I always just loved art and illustration on the body. So tattoos for me are inevitable, were inevitable. I knew that I would eventually end up with at least one, and then it turned into so many. But yeah, so the original way I actually designed this tattoo was for it to be in this font, yes, but then this quail, which is basically a feather pen, this was supposed to be at the end of breath, and it would have, but I didn't want my first tattoo to be so big, so it was supposed to be like the pen just finished writing all of this, and then we changed it to put the quail behind it, and I ended up, like, this is my favorite tattoo that I have. I think it means the most to me, or maybe the second most to me. But yeah, and I went to get this tattoo at Rock of Ages. I don't know if it still exists, but it's at like Wellesley and Young and Wellesley, I believe, downtown Toronto. The guy that did it, I don't think he works there anymore. His name was like, his name started with a C. He was like native or something. He was really dope artist. He was a really dope artist. But yeah, he did my first tattoo and it's my favorite. Oh, I didn't even tell you guys what the hell it means. Hello. So yeah, basically I was high in my room drawing and listening to music, and I came up with this quote, and it's basically, this is the feeling, this is how I feel when I am drawing or painting. And because I was high, when I was writing in my, when I was like writing fonts and stuff and drawing pictures in my art book, because I was high, I felt like I could feel literally every stroke. So that is where the quote came from. I could feel every single stroke of the pen or of the paintbrush when I was doing my art, and that's what this tattoo symbolizes. So that is tattoo number one. Tattoo number two is behind my ear. This tattoo and this tattoo are 5 days apart. Yes, 5 days apart. So it was like, once I got my first tattoo, I was like, yes, let me go get my second tattoo 5 days later. 5 days later, I went back to the tattoo parlor and I wanted to get something else that I had drawn in my art book. This tattoo is a little bit more symbolic because it represents my family. We always call my mother Ladybug, and that's been her name since the beginning of time. Since I was little, she's always been our Ladybug. And so I have a tattoo of a ladybug back here, but the ladybug is a girl, and it has like eyelashes, and there's 5 dots on the ladybug's back to represent myself and each one of my sisters. So I have 4 sisters, and so the ladybug itself represents my mother, and then my 4 sisters are the dots, and then I'm one of the dots as well. So let's see if I can, maybe I need to get Shooter out here to help me with this, because realistically, my third tattoo, I think, yeah, my third tattoo is the one on my side. And it says, do everything in love. 1 Corinthians 16:14. So it is a Bible quote, Bible verse, whatever you want to call it. And the reason I got the one on my side, which I actually wrote this is my writing, but I realized after I got it that I should have gotten it smaller. And so this is actually the tattoo I would love to cover up. I think I will cover it up, but I don't know what I want to put on top of it yet. So I'm still kind of deciding what I want to cover it up with, because rib cage area really hurts, and I'm with the shits, okay? So I don't really know. I was thinking like flowers and stuff, but that's so cliche, but there's not really much I can do in terms of covering it up. Like, it has to be a picture that I put on top of it. It can't be more words, obviously, which I don't want anyway. But yeah, I want to cover it, and I want to get it replaced somewhere else on my body. Maybe underneath my boob, I would get it replaced under there, just in a really small font, and I wouldn't get the actual scripture there. Like, I wouldn't get the 1 Corinthians 16, 14 on as part of the tattoo. I would just leave that part out of it. But I got the tattoo itself, and I just love the quote just because I feel like anything that you do, you should do it with love. Gotta do it with love, 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 love. Yes, on some Hillary Duff, honey. Yes. So that's basically my thought process for that tattoo. I just wanted that constant reminder there that if somebody asked me to do something, because I'm very stubborn and sometimes people ask me to do things and I'm just like, do it yourself. But I try to, if I am doing something for somebody, to just do it out of the goodness of my heart and not do it for other reasons. So or not do it and expect something in return. So that's basically what this tattoo stems from, is just to remind myself that I should be doing things out of love. Little things like washing the dishes, or big things like, I don't know, giving somebody money on the street. Like, I don't know. Just whatever you do, make sure that you put your heart into it, and that that if you're doing something, whether it's for somebody or for yourself, to just do it out of love, and only do it out of love and not for any other reason. So that's what that tattoo symbolizes. My next tattoo I actually got on the same day, and this this tattoo, we're gonna ignore the sleeve and focus on that. So the ink on this is pretty fucking shitty. So I think I am actually going to go get that like filled in properly. But this is just a little gift box, and it symbolizes the present is a gift. So there, have a good look at it. So yeah, it symbolizes the present is a gift. And this is actually a matching tattoo I have with one of my friends. She has it as well. And so yeah, so it's just the present is a gift, and to not take the present for granted. And instead of getting the quote, the present is a gift, we just got little gift boxes, and that's what that symbolizes. So on the same day, I actually got another tattoo, which I usually don't tell people what this says because I like for them to guess or to mind their fucking business. Yes, my arm's hairy as fuck. But yeah, I usually don't tell people what this says. I let them guess, and I think, so this tattoo, this is another tattoo. I want to cover it and move it somewhere else. So take a good look at it. Leave a comment and tell me what you think it says, and I will tell you guys what it says when Shooter does his tattoo video. So take a look at it. Put your guesses in the comments, and maybe you'll win a prize. So I'm not going to tell you guys what this says. So with that tattoo, I'm actually not going to tell you what it says until Shooter shoots his tattoo video. And then once he does that, oh my god, did I have lipstick on my teeth the whole time? Once Shooter shoots his tattoo video, that's when the contest will be closed. But yeah, I want you guys to guess what that says. But this is a tattoo I actually want to cover up and move elsewhere, because the tattoo, originally the way I had designed it was just shapes. So it was just supposed to be a triangle, triangle, circle, triangle, 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 rectangle, half circle, triangle, triangle, rectangle, circle, triangle, triangle. And the tattoo artist ended up changing it, and I was okay with it at first, but then as the time went on, I really just want it to be how I actually originally designed it. I don't know why I allowed him to change it. I just did. I was young. So I kind of wish I didn't do that, but I did. So now I have to live with it because tattoos are permanent. So I am going to cover this one up. I just don't know with what again. And I already have a half sleeve on this side, so I don't really want another half sleeve on this arm. So I don't know what I'm going to do to cover it, but I'll figure it out. Trust and believe I will. The meaning behind the tattoo itself, there is a meaning, and I will of course share that with you when Shooter shoots his tattoo video. So unfortunately, I'm not going to tell you what that tattoo means. You guys can go ahead and guess what it says, and the first comment I see that guesses right, because I've never had a person be able to guess what my tattoo says. Everybody was always like, what does your arm say? What does your arm say? And I'm just like, why don't you guess? And they never get it right. So in the comment box, leave what you think it is, and maybe you'll win. Maybe you won't, maybe you will. But the first person to get that right, and I'll know by the time that the comments are posted, who will win the prize. Anyway, let's move on to, oh shit. Let's move on to my finger tattoos. So my next tattoo is this one. And okay, yeah, that's the right direction. So that is a little tiny pink bow. I got it at the same shop that I got my first tattoo and my second tattoo at. And it's literally just a little tiny pink bow because I love bows and my name is Bo, and that's basically why I got that one. And it's pink, like, wait. So yeah, this is probably one of my favorite tattoos just because it's so small and I think it looks really cute on my finger. Yeah, that's basically it. I just got it to represent myself. Then my second finger tattoo, which you guys have seen before on Paris's channel. So this tattoo says promise and it's on my pinky. Symbolizes a pinky promise. So it's basically a friendship pact between myself and Paris, and so that's basically just our pinky promise to always remain true and to be friends forever. Okay, shout out to Paris, hey. So yeah, this is a really important tattoo to me, and there's not much more to it. But we went to the tattoo parlor on the same day. I got mine first and then she went, and that's basically that. So yes, we pinky promise to be friends forever. And even if we're not friends forever, we still gonna have the tattoos. Like, ain't nobody covering the finger tat, but we are not going to be friends forever. We're going to be friends forever, so we ain't worried about all that. Okay. So my last and final tattoo is my half sleeve, which is going to need a lot of explaining, so let me zoom in real quick. So this tattoo is basically my life in a nutshell. So on this, which this tattoo is not finished, that's something else I should point out. The tattoo itself is not finished because I don't want the guy that started it to finish it. So I actually have been searching for a new tattoo artist to finish the art and to add the stuff that I need added to it. But where do I start? Okay, so there's some lips here and a lipstick. So this tattoo is mainly just things that I like, and certain things that do represent me. So I have a cupcake here with purple frosting and a cherry on top because I'm sweet. And then there's a bow here, but it's blue. And then this is probably the most important piece of the tattoo. It says untainted, and then it has a peace sign here, which is something that I strive for in my life. Untainted peace. Untainted, the word tainted means poison, so I need something that is untainted and consistent. And so yeah, so untainted peace, that's that. And then I have a couple roses here. I have a daisy here to, jeez Louise. I have a daisy here to represent my great grandmother, whose name was Daisy, that passed away a couple years ago. And then I have a chili pepper here because I'm hot. I'm sizzling, bitch. Sizzling. And diamond. I have a diamond because diamonds are a girl's best friend. And then I have a pencil here because art is obviously life for me, and I love to write and keep my thoughts. And that's what the pencil represents. And then the quote, jeez Louise, look at me. I had to like twist up my arm for you guys, my hairy ass arm. I should have freaking like waxed it before I came up on this bitch, but whatever. The quote says, nothing is ever enough, and it kind of twists, but we live and we try. Now, I actually thought that I came up with this quote, but one day I was on Twitter and a guy had tweeted it. like after the fact, like after the tattoo was on my body. And so I'm not sure if I made it up, or I'm not sure if great minds just think alike, but I thought I made it up, so I'm not really sure. Maybe whatever. But yeah, so that basically, that quote is pretty straightforward. Nothing is ever enough, but we live and we try. In life, we try to like live up to certain standards, and we do this and that, and we try to please people, and people can never be pleased. So that's basically what that stands for in terms of my life. I ain't never been a people pleaser, so I'm definitely not that, but I do try my hardest to just make the most out of life. And so I find that even when I do that, or there will be times that you feel like you are doing your best, but someone else may still try to knock you down or tell you it's not good enough. And so basically this quote is just that. Nothing is ever enough, but we live and we try. All you can do is live and try, and if you fail, then you just try again. That's basically what the tattoo represents, or what that quote represents as part of the tattoo. And I actually want to get either my mother as a pinup, or Betty Boop, because I just love Betty Boop and I always used to draw her. Betty Boop and Tinkerbell were probably the two things that I mostly drew in my younger years. I always drew them, so I always loved Betty Boop, and so I wanted to get her in this area here, because this area is still very bare. And if not Betty Boop, then my mom as a pinup girl. And one other tattoo that I really have considered getting is the anchor that Amy Winehouse has tattooed on her, because I am just an Amy Winehouse fan, and Amy Winehouse done got me through a lot of things in my younger years, and I just love Amy Winehouse. So I wanted to get one of her tattoos tattooed on me, and that's basically it. So these are all my tattoos. Once I finish this tattoo, I will definitely show you guys and get y'all into the now, and let you know what's going on with my tattoos. And once I cover this one and the one on my side and replace them, I actually want to do this one down my back, but in the shapes that I wanted them in, and not like the way the guy changed this tattoo was into, he still used the shape idea, but he made the shapes look more like letters, which I didn't want. And so that's my fault for not saying something, or not just sticking with my original plan and letting him change it. So I don't really blame him for that. That's my fault, just being okay, being young. And this lipstick on my teeth is really pissing me off. That was my fault, just being young and just nonchalant about everything. I really never ever cared about anything, so I can't blame him for that, but it is what it is. I will fix what I want fixed, and that's basically it. If you're watching this video and you don't have any tattoos and you're considering getting tattoos, please put a lot of thought in it. If you have something that your heart is set on, make sure you voice your opinion to your artist. Make sure you do research about your artist and the shop that you're getting your tattoo from. Make sure that, yeah, it's cleanly, and don't go to the cheapest place, because cheap work is not necessarily the greatest. I've definitely gone to cheaper spots before, but I find that the tattoos that I got in, like this tattoo, is really well done, and the ink is really good. Whereas this tattoo, my sleeve, the ink is pretty much trash, and that's why I don't want the guy that started it to finish it. Even though he's a really great artist, I find that the shop that he works at is kind of popped down, you know, it's not really the best. So yeah, so I'm gonna go to a better shop to finish my tattoos. Even though some tattoo artists don't like to touch other artists' work, we gonna make it happen, because I ain't got time for the foolishness. Like, I really don't. Some guy actually gave me his card the other day, but he didn't seem to have tattoos, and I don't really trust a tattoo artist without tattoos. So yeah, no. Anyway, you guys, I hope you liked this video. Make sure you give it a thumbs up, and yeah, don't just get a tattoo to get a tattoo. Because I remember I was in high school and I wanted It was me and my 2 other friends, and we were gonna go and get tattoos, and I'm glad that I didn't, because the tattoos that we were planning to get were just so like on the fly. They didn't have a meaning behind them. And of course there are lots of people that just get tattoos to get tattoos, but I think that if you're putting something permanently on your body, there should be some sort of meaning to it, and you shouldn't just want to go like get some random fucking tattoo just to say, oh my god, I got a tattoo. Like when I see those fucking barbed wire tattoos, I'm like, nigga, what is that? Like, why did you get that? Anyway, I do love you all, and I will definitely see you in the next one. Welcome back to Cosmoholics Anonymous. I am your favorite girl, Bo Vintage, and today's video is the long-awaited tattoo / piercing video. You guys want to know what tattoos and piercings I have, so I am here to show you.